What actually happens when you stop playing small and start making the right steps for your future? You're going to unlock a new version of yourself that you didn't even know you had. You're going to become better, you're going to become smarter, you're going to become more advanced. There's nothing wrong with it. You just have to figure out the steps to get there. And in this video, I'm giving you 3 steps that if you implement these, it will make it easier for you to learn, grow, and just become exponentially better than what your current self is right now. If you're ready to succeed in 2025, you're going to want to stick around until the end of this video. Step 1 is going to be clarity is your compass. We all know success doesn't happen by accident. You don't just luck your way into success. Okay, we know people win the lottery. We know people get hand-me-downs. We all know this. But at the end of the day, 99% of you are going to have to work for your success. So I'm going to tell you, it's going to be about clarity. You have to know the path. You have to know the road. Imagine going on a road trip with no GPS, no map, no food. You're going to get hungry, hangry, lost. You're not going to know where you're going. You're probably going to quit before you even get to your destination, or at least get ready to take a break. You have to have clarity. You have to set the goal, know how to get there, know why you want to get there, know what's going to happen once you get there. You got to have everything mapped out. You got to have a reason to keep going. You got to know why you want to keep going. Is it worth it? What is the final destination? What will it look like? Will it change your life the way you think it is? Or do you just think it's way more amazing or way worse than what it already is? You have to know all of this. It's not about stopping yourself. It's just about being prepared, being ready. Not over prepared, but knowing what you're getting yourself into. You have to set a clear goal, a clear path to it, and be consistent while you're going there. For example, if you want to save $20,000, you're not just going to say, okay, here's $20,000 into a bank. You have to stop spending all that unnecessary money on McDonald's and donuts at the gas station. You have to stop spending that money on video games for your little currencies, whatever. You got to set up auto payment. That way, every time you get paid, it goes straight into the savings account a certain percent. And then by the time you know it, you're going to have money stacking up. But you have to set that path. You have to set up that automatic account. If you want to lose weight, you have to set up a system to where every morning you're going to do this. You have to know exactly what you're going to do and how to get there. You have to have everything laid out. And once you have everything laid out, that's when you implement number 2, which is systems. Systems beat motivation every time. I'm going to keep it real with you. Nobody's motivated every single day they get up. Nobody's motivated to do what they don't want to do every single time they do it. It's all about discipline and setting systems. Systems is what's going to keep you going, not motivation. Motivation is fake. It lasts and then it goes away. You're going to lose it. One day you're happy, next day you have one mistake, or you had one bad day, one setback, and now you're falling down that rabbit hole again. That same rabbit hole that got you here in the first place. That rabbit hole where you're watching inappropriate content, eating junk food, and sleeping all day. And you know you're not supposed to be doing that. But you fail one time, you have one setback, and now that you're no longer motivated, you feel like a failure and you just want to give up. You have to set a system that way no matter how you feel, you get up and do it. Whether that's writing it on your phone, whether that's getting a whiteboard, whether that's writing it on a mirror, whether that's setting a reminder, whatever it is. Do something, set a system that works for you. A system that works for you is not going to work for me. A system that works for me is not going to work for you. You have to set a system for you that's going to work and keep you on the best path to success. And following systems, it also builds momentum. You know what a snowball is. A snowball rolling down a hill. It starts really small and slow, but the more it rolls, it gets bigger and faster. That's like momentum. Momentum keeps getting faster and bigger and bigger and faster, but you have to keep track of it, which is going to put me to step number 3. You have to build momentum, but also stay relentless while you get it. By now, you've got clarity and systems working in your favor, but both of those don't matter if you can't keep the momentum that you gain, or even worse, if you can't gain momentum at all. That means your clarity or systems aren't working, or if you can get a momentum, you have to keep it. Momentum is very fragile. It only takes one long break or one inconsistency, one big mistake, for everything to just fail. I ain't talking about a small little inconvenience that you can learn from. I'm talking about you sleeping in your bed for 2 weeks, not doing what you're supposed to be doing, something like that. We all know you had a favorite YouTube creator and they was making videos 3 times a week, and then they stopped making videos for 6 months and you forgot about them, right? Or someone who was working out for 3 years, they was in the best shape. They stopped working out for 6 months. They lost a little bit of muscle and gained a little bit of fat, right? Someone was grinding. There's so much examples. You have to keep the momentum going, which is why you have to stay relentless. You can't just get the momentum and then throw it to somebody else. Somebody else will live your dream life. If you want to live your dream life, you have to take that momentum and capitalize off of it. You know why? Because let me tell you this. It's already hard to get a momentum, but it's not as hard to keep it going. It's way easier to build on the momentum that you already have than it is to get the momentum started up. It's kind of like a car, a old broke down car. You know when you turn the ignition and it just won't turn on, But once it does turn on, you keep it on because you don't want to go through all that again. You keep it on until you get to where you need to be. It's kind of like this. It's going to be hard to get the momentum, but once you get the momentum, don't stop until you're where you need to be, until you're at the final destination, until you're at success, until you lost the weight, until you saved the money, until you started the successful business. You don't stop or take a break until you get there. And I'm talking about long breaks. Obviously, you gotta sleep, you gotta eat, you gotta have free time, you gotta have a free day. But don't turn your free day into 2 weeks. Don't turn your cheat day into 7,000 calories over your budget. Don't turn your spend money on me day into spending $5,000 that you don't got. Be smart, keep your momentum, and be relentless with it. So, if you don't remember everything we just talked about, which you should, you can go back and watch them, but here's a quick recap. 1, we talked about clarity. You gotta have clarity because clarity is the key to all of this. It starts it. And once you have the clarity, you have to implement it into the systems. So the clarity, once you know what your goal is and the path to take it, you put a system in place to keep you on that path, because motivation is not going to do it alone. You got to have motivation to start, but it's not going to stay. At the end of the day, motivation will leave you. So you take your clarity and you start a system to keep you on track, and then you get momentum from that system. And once you get that momentum, you have to keep that momentum. You have to be relentless with that momentum and keep going until you get to your final goal, final destination, until you finally succeed. 2025 isn't going to wait for you. No year is ever going to wait for you. You got to go get it. If you want to be successful, you got to go get it. If you want to do anything, you're going to have to go get it. There's only one life in this world that you can control, and it's yours. No one else can do it for you. If you want to succeed, if you want to make a goal and reach it, only you can do it. Until you learn that, nothing I just said matters. Only you can change your life. That is the main lesson and why I do all of these videos. Only you can change your life. There are unfortunate things that happen, but only you can change your life. Implement these 3 things that I just taught you, and your life will change and you will be successful by the end of 2025.